Good day, 6th grade friends. Let's try our first lesson, and to do that lesson I'd like you to get into Chrome. Once you're in Google Chrome, I would like you to go to google.com if your page does not, so I'm going to type google.com. And then when you get to Google, I want you to click on the Mail button and make sure you're signed in. You will not have close to as many emails as I have, but hopefully you can get into yours. When you do get into yours, make sure your neighbors have gotten in. Make sure your neighbors been successful, and then continue. Alright, making sure that we're in Chrome and Gmail allows us to get to the Google Apps button. And with our Google Apps button, I would like you today to click on Google Docs. This gets us to the page where we can create a new Google Doc. And I just want you to hit a blank one. Once you've done that, please make sure that your neighbors beside you are successful, and then continue this movie. We are going to run through a lot of basic features with Google Docs. The first one is how to rename it. To do that, simply click on the top. And this document, once you do, turns blue, and we want you to name this Hi, I Am, and we should capitalize that and put your full name. So I am Mike Harmon, but you are all somebody else. So please put your name in there like that, and then go down to the first line and put all about Mike Harmon. So you've got your name twice on this. What this is going to do is this is going to give me 2 shots to learn about you. When you're following the movies, make sure you understand that you can pause and do part and then come back and finish. Put one on one screen and put one on the other, so that way it's easier to complete the training. Click after your name and press enter, so there's a few lines below, and then type hello. And we'll change that later, but what I wanted was 2 pieces of text so that we can move up to the top piece of text and make it look like a title. To do that, I want you to select it. That means click and drag all the way across. I want you to pick a larger size. 36 is a pretty good number. I want you to pick a font that you think is pretty. You've got all those to pick from. And then I want you to pick a color. Pick one that you think is cool. Yeah. And when you've got a color that you think is good, click somewhere else. Notice how when it was all selected, it had that shade, and click down like that. So, when you've got yours like that, go to the next training movie. The next piece of formatting I'd like you to use is what we call the center button. This puts your text in the middle. You should have learned it by years ago by now, but hey, we're not here to talk about what we should have done. We're here to make sure we've got it. So let's look at what we've learned so far. These are called fonts. We've done a font size. We've changed the text color, and we've centered text. We also have plain text, and on this one, I would like you to let me know these words. Put, it will be a document about me, and I hope you'll enjoy it. When you're done with that, press enter and go to the next training movie. And then return to this video. The next tool I want you to use is the table tool. And I want you to insert a 2x1 table. This gives you 2 boxes. I also want you to learn that that wasn't enough. And to fix it, we're going to right click and do insert row below. So it ends up being 2 by 2 on each side. On the left side, I'd like you to put family. And on the right side, I would like you to put likes. In the family box, I want you to add what are called bullets. On my screen, because I've got it shrunk down, I've got to hit the more button. You may just be able to see the bullets. When you click that box, notice it puts a groovy little dot. I need you to put at least 5 bulleted list items, and I want you to do it like this. So I'm going to put mom, and my mom is named Janice. And then after that I'm going to put dad, and my dad is named Steve. You need to have 5 of these where you're telling me about your moms, dads, brothers, siblings, stepmom, stepdad. Tell me at least 5 people that are in your family, pressing enter to go to the next line for each one. If you end up with one too many bullets, you can fix that by just going backspace and ending on the top line. When you click below the box, then it's good to go. When you've got that completed, I would like you to go to Bullets. Once again, mine, I have to click More because of my screen being scrunched. And I want a numbered list, and I want 5 things you like. I like the Detroit Lions, and press Enter, and so on. When you've got at least 5 of each of those, please go to the next and continue adding until you have at least 5 likes. Alright, so now you've got a little bit of information for me. Remember, you're always going to have more than mine. Let me just show you some things. If you go in the middle, you can adjust where they line up, so we can stretch our columns to be exactly how we like. Tables are awesome for allowing us to arrange things. Notice you can, of course, center like you did before. With your bulleted list, it's good to keep them to the sides. You can click on each of these cells, and you can fill them. So I'm on my More box with a lightly shaded color. You don't want the dark colors, so I'm going to pick a light blue. Notice how much fancier that looks. I'm going to do the other one another color. I'm going to do it a gray, because once again I'm a Lions fan. I'm going to go and I'm going to use 2 new buttons that you should know, but we're going to practice again. I'm going to use bold, and then I also want to use italics. Notice that slopes them. I'm going to use some old ones. I'm going to raise that something under 20, so you can choose 12, 14, 18, or you could even type 19. So you can put custom numbers. I'm going to go back and do my text color. I want that to be white, I've decided. And then I'm also going to pick a font that I think is cool. Notice there are many to pick from, and you can choose more. And it just gives you lots of cool options for what you think you want to put. I like lobster, and boom, I have made that a little more spiffy. I don't like how white looks on gray, so I'm going to change that to be blue, which is extra awesome, once again, because of my Detroit Lions liking. I think because of that same idea, I'm going to make this gray, which is going to look pretty cool as well. I'm going to go with a darker gray. So what I'm telling you now is to get yours looking at least that fancy. Make sure you have your documents all filled out like this, and then turn on your call light, which is at the center of the station up on the post, so I can come check out what you've done. Good job, and great work on this first lesson. Alright, my little building friends, it is time to show off your epic project, and to do that, I need you to start a new tab, and I need you to go to Google. In Google, I want you to type Nimbus. This is one of the screen capture tools we use. When Nimbus pops up, I need you to find the one that says Nimbus Screenshot, and it's from the Chrome Web Store. When you click on that, I want you to add it to Chrome. You need to tell it yes on Add the Extension, and after a moment, you will see it appear up on your Chrome extension toolbar. When it pops up, it'll look like this. It'll give you all the cool information. Simply close that window where you added it, head back to your amazing Hi, I'm with your name project, double check that you've got more than 5 of each of these, and then it's time to capture a screenshot. We do that by hitting Nimbus. It pops the hey, check out what we've done message, which we cancel. And we hit Nimbus again after selecting our document, and then finally we get to capture a selected area. When you do that, I simply want you to capture the cool part of your document. Mine stops here. Yours will be bigger because remember, you've got 5 chunks. And then I simply want you to put save, and it gets saved in your downloads folder. That name is kind of wackadoodle. So I'd like you to delete, and we can delete all of it. And I want you to change it to say all about and your name. Notice it's in your downloads folder, which is fine because you're going to upload that to Classroom in a minute. Alright friends, now that you've completed the lesson and taken the screenshot with Nimbus, you can open the file and you can add your file. And we're going to grab the file from our computer. And when we click select, we're going to go to our downloads. Remember, that's where it's saved. And there you can find the image of the piece that you saved. Once you've got it in the program, upload it. And what's cool is this will give me a good picture of what you finished. So there I can actually see the project. And you can hit turn it in and turn it in. Yet you'll still be able to edit your awesome project. Thanks for completing the All About Me. And now I need you to take a look at your partners, make sure you help them a little bit before moving on to the exploration training.